One of the central themes here at the auction house has always been nostalgia. Memories of vehicles that were once part of the family.
Old Rover reminds me of Grandad Jack and the smell of the leather.
But it's not just cars that take us back.
I think my favourite toy as a kid, well, it was going to be some Britain's farm toys, wasn't it? Some little tractors.
My ideas of toys, even at an early age, was a set of spanners and screwdrivers and a socket set, really.
I never had new toys, but my favourite, and I don't know where I got it and how I got it, was a little three-wheel tricycle. Them ones with a little boot on the back, and I had that right up until I was 22.
In the showroom today, a toy we'd very much like to restore. An Austin J40, one of the most sought-after pedal cars in the world. They were made from 1949 to 1971 by injured Welsh miners and sold alongside their full-sized counterparts. The early ones cost the same as the average monthly wage. Today, mint ones go for over 10 grand, and they even have their own annual race at Goodwood, the Setrington Cup.
Beautifully made, really beautifully made. The bit I love about them is the copy is just about perfect of an A40, but the build quality is really excellent. I mean, an awful lot of car manufacturers learn a lesson from these guys. I mean, these beautiful rolled edges. Because obviously we can't have sharp edges with kids and that sort of thing. Look at that, beautifully done, isn't it? Lovely little engine, spark plugs, and yeah, rocker cover. Battery goes in there, so it operates the horn and the lights. The beauty of them, every single nut and bolt is available. Headlamps, bumpers, the lot. Steering wheels, which is just as well, because we have an issue. Pedal box is all there, they're disconnected. You know, it's a bit of a labour of love and it'll take quite a long while, but it'll make a fabulous job.
Lot 459, the Austin J40 pedal car. There she is. Yeah, great. You won't find anything cheaper to run, I can assure you. So there we go. Start me on it. £1,100. £1,100, £1,150, £1,200, £1,250, £13, £1,350. You're all out. £1,450. £1,500, £1,550, £1,550, £1,600. On my right, £1,600, £50, £1,650. A lovely project in the making here. 1,700. Holly, 1,750. 1,750. Holly's the bidder, 1,750. £1,800.
Who's actually bidding?
When Derek doesn't get enough out of one of the team, he opts for another.
She's not bidding against me.
See how she discreetly bids like that? Have you seen it? Just like that. £2,000. £2,050. £2,100. Holly's bid, £2,150. All done then, £2,150. Thank you for his bidding, Alan. £2,150 for the first, second, third and last time.
A good project.
Air TV, thank you very much.
Thank you.
As the new owners of this prestigious vehicle, we were keen to give it a top-end restoration. So we decided to send it to Austin Pedal Cars in Salisbury. Mark Burnett is the managing director.
This is a car that we've gone over completely from a bare shell, all the running gear. So it's an original car. For collectors, this is probably the kind of car that they would go for, where you're looking for perfection. This car's for sale for £12,000.
In 2023, the youngest J40 on sale would have been over 50 years old. But now, for 25 grand, you can spoil your children with a new, state-of-the-art aluminium model.
So this is really the culmination of the sort of 3-4 years work that we put into re-engineering the original J40. We're sort of taking a modern automotive approach to producing a pedal car, which some would say maybe is madness, but we just wanted to go really over the top with it and produce something really special.
Matt Merriman and Ross Smith are J40 experts, and they'll be doing the work on our car.
The ideas, the engineering, the design, everything's done in-house.
Yeah, we'll need more hubs. So with multi-axle lathe, laser cutters, 3D printers.
We are basically a car manufacturer, but scaled down to a pedal car.
Right, let's see what we've got. Wow, nice.
Our J40 looks a bit unusual, but it seems there's a good reason for this.
Obviously an old fairground ride.
it will definitely have seen some action.
Wooden floor here.
Protect their feet.
And the toe.
Yes, obvious, isn't it now? No.
But the pedal assembly won't work, so it's literally feet down and they go round.
There's no steering, so the steering's been completely disconnected and the steering wheel is completely cracked.
A few dings in the bodywork that we'd probably want to look at.
Yeah, a little bit of evidence of some filler work down there. Yeah.
So if you look inside the boot, what's always really useful to look for is the serial number that's been stamped here. 21,000.
350,
Yeah.
21350.
So what that says is probably a late 50s, early 60s model, and you can get lots of information from the serial number, where it was originally sold to, what colour it came as originally. Got the sprayed bumpers.
Yeah, so chrome work.
Missing headlights.
So yeah, I think we're looking either a re-chrome or new parts.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of rust. See the bearings and everything here. So these bearings would have just gone into a slot and would have just been pulled along.
Got it. So obviously all this would have to be removed as part of the restoration.
There's a lot to do, and it probably won't be cheap. But we think this piece of British motoring history deserves to be back on the road, or at least the pavement.
It epitomises what's great about the J40. It's got a story. I think when you picture it's been on a fairground ride, how many children have probably ridden in it over the years? It's spread joy already.
When I first saw it, I was thinking, yeah, this could be a good one to get my teeth into, definitely. Bring it back to its former glory, something for someone to enjoy for generations to come.
In Wiltshire, there we go, Matt and Ross are dismantling our Austin J40. Modified to run at a fairground, these accessories are the first to come off.
Okay, pull away. Now we can have a better look at these pedals. They are a bit corroded. Got a bit of damage here to the actual plate.
We need our own little pit crew, don't we? I suppose we are the pit crew, mate, aren't
Yeah. The nuts have actually been painted over without bothering to actually remove the wheel. The threads look fine. The bearings inside, if there actually is any, don't feel too great. No bearings whatsoever, so yeah. Smooth rolling was not of importance being on this fairground ride. I think it was just probably dragged along. They've got some black paint and they've painted between the fins. Brand new chrome parts is the way to go.
You should have the Flying A mascot on the top here, indicative of the Austin brand. It's just a nice aesthetic touch. Again, where they painted over screws and nuts, makes it a lot harder to get them off.
Caught in the slips.
Taking the Austin apart is all a bit messy and laborious, but it's also an opportunity for discovery.
That is an original paint colour. Obviously, we'll get confirmation when we get the certificate through, but that could be the colour that this J40 started life out as.
As the final components are detached,
There's a little bit of wear on the kingpin, but because the steering had been disengaged, not really in bad condition.
we can safely say the worst bit is over. From now on, it's all about making our J40 look as good as possible. The shell and quite a few of the original components have now been sandblasted.
The chrome work and everything we're going to replace with new, but things like stub axles, hubs, the wheels, we think we can still use. The paint and everything can hide a multitude of sins. I have to say it's probably better than we thought it was going to be, so that's always a really good place to start from.
Okay, so today we're going to really go through this with a fine-tooth comb. If we've got any holes, we're going to look at getting those welded up. If it comes to the fact that we can't weld it straight up, then we can look at cutting away the problem area and then welding in a new piece on the panel.
There's definitely a couple of areas of damage where they've taken some knocks. Obviously, being a fairground ride, that was always to be expected. So what we're going to have to do is get that beaten out so that when we apply paint, it's going to have that lovely smooth concourse finish that we're looking for.
We've got all our steel laid out here. Not looking too bad, actually. There's some obvious bits here, like where someone's taken a tyre off with a kitchen knife or something, but that's no problem for us to reshape that. Same story with the boot. It's in pretty good condition. We need to make sure that this opens and shuts correctly. These bends and folds here will be pretty simple to get back into shape, get some nice straight lines on there.
Today, in-house fabricator Simon will be doing some of the small repairs to the axle, pedal and wheel.
Good luck, thank you.
Cheers, Aaron.
Cheers.
Considering how old they are and, you know, it's been on the fairground ride, so it's had a hard life, but they've done really well, to be fair.
First job, replace a missing bracket that holds the hubcap on.
You have to be quite delicate with it. You don't want to get too carried away, because the metal's relatively thin. We don't want to do any more damage than we need to, sort of thing.
It gets a couple of simple spot welds.
2 copper electrodes come in from both sides, passes a current through it and fuses the material together. Might just clean up the back face slightly, but yeah, which is all good. Surprisingly strong. The front axle's really good shape. Just obviously where it was mounted on the fairground ride, they drilled through the axle, so we just plug them up and dress that back so it's as good as new.
There's a gadget for everything. This is a Whitney punch.
Basically like a paper hole punch. And then you've got your round disc and we'll weld it in. So we could have welded around the hole and kept going and built it up a weld, but it's not a nice way of doing things. So I'd rather put a replacement piece in there, if you like. And by the time we dress that back, you know, it'll all just look as one.
The boot lid gets some treatment from something called a planishing hammer. Plus some nifty hand seamers.
Conventional sort of set of mole grips, just so it sort of spreads your surface area. So it's quite good just for trying to smooth out these ridges slightly, just to get them somewhere near. Just a bit more work to get it perfect.
This detailed restoration continues for quite a few days, alongside the fabrication of new components.
We've just pressed the rear axle with the top hats in place, ready to spot weld to the brake drum.
But eventually, we're talking paint, with the hope of guidance from the newly arrived heritage document.
So on here we have your VIN number, so that's the number that we identified in the boot. Original colour, so green, and then the date it was built, 18th of January 1960. The destination dealer, which is a business in Bristol, and then obviously issued to us, Austin Pedal Cars, given on Valentine's Day. That's our Valentine's Day gift to you.
Unfortunately, green was a bit vague, so Matt had to resort to a colour chart.
So this is what we've used to match up the colour that we saw on the body compared to obviously year of manufacture.
So, with ash green confirmed, spraying can commence. It's quite a rare colour, which is good, but it presents a bit of a dilemma when it comes to the interior.
For this colour, the 2 best options is a tan with a black piping and green with white piping.
Looking at it there, I would recommend the tan with the black piping, definitely.
Good choice. It's looking like our J40 is going to be absolutely top-notch once it's all reassembled.
It's good, actually, especially with the condition of how the car came in and the fairground attachments and modifications, to be able to bring it back to what it was on a full restoration with a brilliant paint job and everything else. It's quite exciting.
And it's fair to say that in this workshop, there's definitely been an emphasis on attention to detail.
So what I will do when I tighten these up is we'll have the slot in the screw all facing in the same direction. Probably say horizontal to go with the lines on the grille.
The car's taken a couple of months to restore, and that's good timing because a few days later, we were booked in for a grand unveiling. An opportunity to see how our J40 stacks up against pedal car creme de la creme.
So we're really proud of this one, actually. I think that brown with the black piping works really, really well, and generally just really, really pleased with how it's turned out. definitely got to be one of our favourites.
Yeah, absolutely over the moon with it, considering what it came in like, and the plans were to bring it back to the life it should have had. And yeah, really pleased, and it's worked out better than we expected.
A fact not disputed by managing director Mark's son Rafe. He's a bit big for it now, but 3 years ago he came second in the Setrington Cup race. Ross and Matt have done a great job, but this level of quality doesn't come cheap. Including tax and commission, it was £2,537 to buy. Labour was £2,055. Parts were £1,445. And the paint job was £2,000. Bringing the total to a playful £8,037. Quite what Derek will make of this, we're not sure.
Let's see what we've got then. I think it will be pedal powered. Oh, my favourite colour. That, in my opinion, is the best colour. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. They're wonderful, aren't they? What a wonderful little vehicle they are. Bangers, look at that. Beautiful, lovely paint job. They had a beautiful body job, haven't they? Really nice. You know, I know it's only tiny and, you know, compared to a real car, but there's still a lot of work gone in that. A heck of a lot of work. Oh, it feels nice. Look at that. That feels beautiful. Wonderful job. It would make someone's Christmas day, wouldn't it?
We've noticed that everyone seems to have an opinion about the hammer price of our little Austin, so we had a sweepstake before the auction.
Gut instinct of 11.5.
I'm going to go under, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Sort of 8.5 sort of screaming out to me.
7,750.
I'm going to go 6.3.
12.5 grand.
Lot number 543, the Austin J40 pedal car. There she is in all her splendour. Fabulous bit of kit. Without question, the best one I've seen. £4,000 away. 5,500. 5,500. They tell me you can buy a new one now for 25,000. Bid on the phone, £6,000. Worth more money, this. 6,500 I've got. 6.5. 7,000. 7.5. 7,500 in going then. 7,500. Provisional, 7,500.
In the end, the sale price was bumped up to 7,750. Dave won the sweepstake, meaning his day was a lot better than ours.
I think it done extremely well. Lovely car. Obviously, best auction in the country, best auctioneer in the country, no question of that whatsoever. And so you add the three together, can't go wrong.
A few weeks later, the J40 was shipped out to its proud new owner.
Already done the light?
Yeah.
Judy's 3 and lives in Essex.
Wow, look in there.
And he's already figured out that regular maintenance and driving
I can do it.
are the keys to happiness when you take on a classic.